Did you know that the strength of your legs isn't just about aging? A lot of older adults think weak legs, trouble walking, or muscle aches are just part of getting older. But here's the truth. Your diet plays a much bigger role than you might realize. Every step you take, every time you get out of a chair, and every trip up the stairs depends on the strength of your muscles, bones, and joints. The food you eat either supports and protects your legs or quietly wears them down over time. Unfortunately, many seniors are eating things that slowly damage their muscles, reduce circulation, and weaken their bones without even knowing it. The good news? You can turn it around. You're never too old to make better choices. By cutting out harmful foods and choosing more nourishing options, you can rebuild strength, ease discomfort, and keep your legs feeling solid and steady. So, what's hiding in your kitchen that could be stealing your strength? Let's look at 5 common foods that weaken your legs and what to eat instead. Let's start with the first one: processed sugar, the silent muscle killer. There's something comforting about a little bit of sweetness. A spoonful of sugar in your morning coffee, a slice of cake at your grandson's birthday, or that after-dinner cookie you've enjoyed for years. It feels harmless, like a small treat. But what if that treat is slowly draining the strength from your legs? Many older adults feel tired, sore, or weak in their legs and just assume it's part of aging. But science tells a different story. Too much sugar is a major reason muscles get weaker. It can even lead to serious mobility problems. Whether it's cake, soda, pastries, or hidden sugars in store-bought foods, your body reacts the same way. Blood sugar spikes fast. At first, that spike might give you a little burst of energy, but it crashes quickly, leaving you sluggish, tired, and even shaky. Over time, that up and down cycle throws your whole energy system off. Even simple tasks feel exhausting. But it doesn't stop there. Sugar also causes chronic inflammation. That's a big reason behind stiff joints and aching muscles, especially in areas like your knees and hips. Inflammation makes your joints swollen and painful, and it also stiffens muscle fibers, making them more likely to get injured. And if that wasn't enough, sugar speeds up insulin resistance. As we age, insulin doesn't work as well, and sugar makes that worse. When muscles stop absorbing key nutrients like protein and amino acids, they begin to shrink and weaken. Have you ever wondered why your legs feel a little less steady than they used to? Sure, aging plays a role, but there's more to the story. As we get older, our bodies naturally become less responsive to insulin. Now, here's the kicker. A high-sugar diet speeds up that process. And when insulin resistance sets in, your muscles stop soaking up the protein and amino acids they need to stay strong. Without those building blocks, your muscles slowly begin to shrink and weaken. That's one big reason why so many older adults who consume too much sugar lose muscle faster and struggle more with balance and mobility. But the trouble doesn't stop with muscles. Sugar is also quietly draining strength from your bones. Most folks don't realize it, but sugar interferes with calcium absorption, making bones weaker and more prone to breaking. And we all know how dangerous a fall can be. What used to be a minor bruise in your younger years could now mean a fractured hip and months of recovery. That kind of setback doesn't just hurt your body. It chips away at your independence too. So what can you do? Should you toss every sweet treat out the window? Not at all. Life's too short not to enjoy dessert now and then, but the key is making smarter choices. Instead of reaching for white sugar, try using honey, dates, or coconut sugar. They're easier on your blood sugar levels and add natural flavor. Or grab a juicy peach, a handful of blueberries, or some crisp apple slices. They satisfy your sweet tooth and give you nutrients that protect your bones and muscles. And when cravings sneak up on you, treat yourself to a square of dark chocolate, a few almonds, or a spoonful of Greek yogurt with berries. Tasty, satisfying, and nourishing all at once. Now, here's something to watch for: hidden sugars. They hide in everyday items like flavored yogurts, bottled salad dressings, granola bars, sandwich rolls, even whole wheat bread that looks healthy. So next time you go shopping, read those labels. The fewer ingredients, the better. Remember, the small choices you make today can shape how you walk, stand, and move tomorrow. Sugar might seem innocent, but it's slowly robbing your legs of their strength. And you don't have to let that happen. You're in charge. Make a change, one meal at a time, and keep your legs strong, steady, and ready to carry you through everything life still has in store. 3. Fried foods, a hidden threat to your joints, bones, and mobility. When you consume fried foods, you're exposing your body to harmful trans fats, some of the most inflammatory substances found in today's modern diet. These fats don't just lead to unwanted weight gain, they also cause widespread inflammation throughout the body, especially in the joints. Chronic inflammation is a silent but serious issue. It doesn't always announce itself with obvious symptoms at first, but over time, it quietly causes stiffness, swelling, and joint pain. That's what makes walking, standing, or climbing stairs more difficult as the years go by. Eventually, this inflammation wears down cartilage, the protective cushion between your bones. As the cartilage weakens, your risk of developing arthritis increases. Arthritis is a painful condition that affects millions of older adults and is one of the leading reasons seniors lose their mobility and independence. But that's only the beginning. Fried and fast foods also slow down circulation. When your blood flow is impaired, your muscles don't get the oxygen and nutrients they need to stay strong and energized. Poor circulation can lead to leg cramps, persistent fatigue, and a heavy, sluggish feeling, even after a short walk. For seniors, good circulation isn't just a nice bonus, it's essential. Without it, you're more prone to serious conditions like deep vein thrombosis and peripheral artery disease. Both can lead to dangerous blood clots and long-term mobility problems if not addressed early. Another concern with fried foods is how they contribute to rapid weight gain. Extra weight puts tremendous pressure on your legs. In fact, for every pound you gain, your knees absorb 4 extra pounds of pressure. That added strain makes everyday movement more painful and can lead to instability. That's why many seniors who eat fried foods often deal with joint pain and a higher risk of falls. Falls, as many know, can lead to devastating injuries. A single fall can change your life in an instant, sometimes permanently. Carrying extra weight also speeds up the breakdown of cartilage in your joints. As that cushion disappears, movement becomes more painful and eventually more difficult. But there's another issue that doesn't get talked about enough: how fried and processed foods impact your bone health. These foods interfere with your body's ability to absorb key minerals like calcium and magnesium, both critical for building and maintaining strong bones. Without those minerals, bone density decreases and the risk of fractures increases. For older adults, even a small fall could mean a broken hip and months of recovery. The good news? You can take back control. Instead of fried foods, try baking, steaming, or grilling your meals. Replace processed oils with healthier fats like olive oil or avocado oil. When cravings hit, go for nourishing snacks like roasted chickpeas, almonds, or air-popped popcorn. And when you eat out, choose grilled or steamed options rather than fried. Small adjustments like these can protect your joints, improve circulation, support bone health, and help you stay active and independent. What you eat has the power to heal or to harm. The choice is yours. So the next time you're about to reach for that fried snack, pause and ask, is this bite helping my legs or hurting them? Because how you answer might shape the way you move and live in the years ahead. Processed meats have been a part of many people's meals for years. From a quick ham and cheese sandwich to bacon with breakfast or hot dogs at a summer barbecue, these foods are familiar, convenient, and flavorful. But behind that convenience, processed meats may be quietly weakening the muscles that help you stay active and independent. As we get older, keeping our muscles strong and functional is essential. It's what helps us move confidently, stay steady on our feet, and live without constant help from others. Unfortunately, some of the very foods we think are giving us energy could actually be taking it away. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, ham, deli slices, and hot dogs are packed with preservatives, sodium, and additives. Over time, these ingredients slowly chip away at your body's ability to move comfortably. One of the biggest concerns is their high sodium content, which puts added strain on your muscles and joints. Too much sodium causes your body to hold on to water, leading to swelling and bloating. That's why your legs might feel heavy, stiff, or harder to move after a salty meal. Over time, this constant pressure weakens your muscles, making it more difficult to walk comfortably or stand for long periods of time. Many older adults who eat a lot of sodium notice more frequent leg cramps, joint discomfort, and sometimes even numbness in their feet and legs. All of these symptoms make everyday tasks harder than they need to be, but it doesn't stop there. Processed meats also contribute to inflammation, an invisible yet powerful factor in muscle and joint damage. The nitrates and preservatives in these meats trigger chronic inflammation, which slowly wears down muscle fibers. That leads to stiffness and pain in your joints, making movements like getting up from a chair or climbing stairs more difficult. Over time, this constant inflammation speeds up muscle loss, making mobility even harder as you age. Another problem is poor nutrient absorption. Your muscles rely on protein, iron, and vitamins to stay strong. But the chemicals in processed meats interfere with how your body absorbs those nutrients. Instead of fueling your muscles, these foods leave them undernourished and more prone to weakness. If you want to stay strong and protect your mobility, it's time to rethink what's on your plate. Choose fresh, unprocessed meats like grilled chicken, turkey, or fish. These options provide clean protein without the harmful ingredients. Don't forget plant-based protein too. Beans, lentils, nuts, and seeds are packed with nutrients that support muscle health. If you're a sandwich lover, swap out deli slices for freshly cooked meat and add whole grains and vegetables for a healthier, balanced meal. The food you choose each day directly affects how well you move. Processed meats may be convenient, but they could be costing you the strength you need to stay active and independent. 4. High-sodium foods, draining the strength from your legs. The decision is yours, and your future self will thank you for making the right one. Salt has been a part of American meals for generations, sprinkled over scrambled eggs in the morning, stirred into hearty soups at dinner, and hidden in processed foods that make life a bit more convenient. But what if this simple ingredient, something so small and familiar, has been quietly working against you all along? What if the very thing that gives your food flavor is slowly stealing the strength from your legs, making everyday movement harder with each passing year? Many older adults experience leg heaviness, swelling, and muscle weakness, and assume it's simply part of getting older. But in truth, excess sodium in the diet is a major contributor to these symptoms. And it's not just about high blood pressure or heart disease. Too much salt directly affects your ability to walk, stand, and move with ease. One of the biggest problems caused by a high sodium diet is water retention. When there's too much salt in your bloodstream, your body starts holding on to extra fluid. This leads to swelling in the legs and feet. If you've ever noticed your ankles puffing up or your shoes fitting tighter than usual, it could be your body reacting to all that extra sodium. Swelling like this makes even basic movements more difficult. Walking upstairs, standing for a while, or simply getting out of your chair can suddenly feel like a big effort. But swelling isn't the only issue. Too much salt also weakens circulation. Poor blood flow means your muscles aren't getting the oxygen and nutrients they need to stay strong. Over time, this leads to fatigue, reduced stamina, and muscle weakness, making even a short walk around the block feel like a chore. Even more concerning is the long-term effect sodium has on your bones. Many people don't realize that too much salt causes your body to lose calcium. This weakens your bones and increases your risk of fractures. For seniors, that's a real threat. Fragile bones mean that a small misstep could result in a major injury, a fall, a broken hip, or a long hospital stay. You might not feel the impact right away, but year after year, excess sodium quietly chips away at your bone strength. And here's the tricky part. Sodium is everywhere. It's not just in the salt shaker. It's hidden in canned soups, frozen dinners, deli meats, salad dressings, and even restaurant meals. That's why so many people eat far more salt than they realize. But there's good news. Cutting back on sodium doesn't mean giving up flavor. You just need to make smarter choices. Choose fresh, whole ingredients whenever possible. And instead of reaching for the salt shaker, try seasoning with herbs, spices, lemon juice, or garlic. You'll still enjoy your meals while protecting your strength, mobility, and independence. Replace regular table salt with Himalayan pink salt or sea salt, both of which contain trace minerals that can support overall health. And just as important, stay aware of hidden sodium in everyday packaged foods. Reading nutrition labels carefully and choosing lower sodium alternatives can make a big difference in how you feel, especially in your legs. The strength of your legs isn't just something that fades naturally with time. It's shaped by the choices you make each and every day. One of the simplest and most powerful changes you can make is cutting back on sodium. It can help reduce swelling, boost circulation, protect your bones, and keep your legs moving freely. That one small shift can lead to a future where you feel stronger, walk with more confidence, and maintain your independence longer. 5. White bread and refined carbs. Robbing your muscles of strength. For decades, white bread, pasta, and other refined carbohydrates have held a steady place at the American dinner table. A warm slice of toast in the morning, a sandwich at lunch, or a bowl of pasta at dinner. It's all so familiar. But what if these comforting staples, the foods you've eaten for years without giving it much thought, are silently weakening your muscles? Many older adults chalk up slower movements, heavier legs, and difficulty walking to the natural process of aging. And yes, age does play a role. But what many don't realize is that food choices, especially processed carbs, are quietly speeding up this decline. White bread, pastries, refined pasta, and similar products may be satisfying in the moment, but they offer very little real nourishment. Even worse, they actively work against your muscle strength. The issue starts with how these foods are made. Unlike whole grains, which retain their fiber, vitamins, and minerals, refined carbs are stripped of these nutrients. What's left is mostly empty calories. When you eat these foods, your body quickly turns them into sugar, causing a sharp spike in blood sugar levels. That may give you a quick burst of energy, but it's quickly followed by a crash, leaving you tired, sluggish, and weak. Over time, these constant blood sugar spikes and drops wear down your endurance and make basic movements feel harder. But that's not the only problem. Refined carbs also contribute to chronic inflammation, a major factor in poor muscle and joint health. This inflammation makes your joints stiff, your muscles weaker, and your body feel heavier than it really is. If you've ever felt sore legs, consistent fatigue, or had trouble climbing stairs, your diet could be playing a larger role than you think. Whole grains help reduce inflammation and aid muscle recovery. Refined carbs do just the opposite. They feed inflammation, making it harder for your joints and muscles to do their job. One of the most serious long-term effects of consuming too many refined carbs is the loss of muscle mass. As we age, holding on to muscle becomes more important than ever for mobility and balance. But without proper nutrients, your muscles slowly shrink and weaken. This decline often happens so gradually that it goes unnoticed, until one day, getting up from a chair, walking around the block, or carrying a grocery bag feels like a struggle. The good news? You can take control. Swap out refined carbs for whole grain options like oats, quinoa, or brown rice. Your muscles and your future self will thank you. The good news is that it's never too late to make a change. Choosing whole, unprocessed carbohydrates instead of refined ones can make a real difference in your strength, energy levels, and overall mobility. Instead of white bread, try switching to whole grain or sprouted grain breads. These options provide essential fiber and nutrients that help support healthy muscles. When it comes to pasta, swap out the refined version for quinoa, brown rice, or whole wheat pasta. These alternatives offer steady, slow-releasing energy without causing the blood sugar spikes that leave you feeling drained. You can also boost your meals with fiber-rich vegetables and lean proteins. These foods help fuel your body, protect your muscles, and keep your legs strong, something that becomes more important with every passing year. Your legs are the foundation of your mobility. What you feed them truly matters. The foods you choose today will influence how well your legs support you tomorrow and beyond. You don't have to accept muscle weakness as an unavoidable part of aging. By making mindful food choices now, you can maintain your strength, protect your independence, and keep moving confidently for years to come. Each meal is an opportunity to either nourish your body or take away from it. The choice is yours. Think about how much your legs have done for you. They've carried you through a lifetime of experiences, through long work days, family gatherings, vacations, and everyday routines. They've supported you as you stood beside loved ones, walked through new places, and lived life on your own terms. As time goes on, you may begin to notice your legs feeling a little slower or less steady. Many people believe this is just a normal part of aging. But in reality, your mobility isn't determined by time alone. It's shaped by the choices you make every day, especially when it comes to what you eat. The foods you put on your plate have incredible power. They can build and support strong muscles, bones, and joints, or gradually break them down. The loss of leg strength that so many older adults face is often the result of years spent consuming foods that cause inflammation, weaken muscle tissue, and deplete the body of vital nutrients. But it doesn't have to stay that way. You can take back control. Imagine waking up with strength and ease, climbing stairs without hesitation, or walking with family without needing to stop. These aren't distant dreams. They're possibilities, and they begin with what you choose to eat next. These struggles may feel minor at first. A little stiffness, some extra fatigue, maybe a few more rests than usual. But over time, they can lead to something much bigger. A loss of independence that no one wants to face. The ability to walk freely, stand strong, and move without fear of falling. These are things we often take for granted until they're no longer there. But it doesn't have to be that way. By making simple, intentional changes to your diet, you can start to undo the damage. Choosing whole, unprocessed foods and focusing on lean proteins, healthy fats, and meals rich in nutrients gives your body the tools it needs to rebuild strength, restore flexibility, and protect your legs from further decline. This isn't about being perfect. It's about progress, making better choices, one meal at a time. Your legs have carried you through so many important moments, long days, joyful events, and quiet walks with loved ones. They've supported you every step of the way. Now it's your turn to support them. Will you let unhealthy food habits chip away at your strength? Or will you take control of your future? The choices you make today will shape your tomorrow. They will determine whether you continue moving through life on your own terms, or whether you find yourself depending on others for even the simplest tasks. Your legs have carried you through so much. Now it's your turn to carry them, with better choices, nourishing foods, and lasting strength. Choose health. Choose independence. Choose a future where you walk tall, move freely, and live with confidence. Because your legs are your foundation, and they deserve to be strong. These words aren't just information. They're an invitation to live more fully, more intentionally. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one change you're planning to make starting today? Share it in the comments so we can support one another. And if this video helped you, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to leave a 0. Your feedback means a lot. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content just like this. Here's to your health and to living life on your own terms.